and gentlemen, welcome to join NovaStar online launch event. This is Lisa, your host today. Today, we will release a brand new MX control solution. Later, David will give you a comprehensive presentation. During the presentation, if you have any questions, you can type your questions in the chat window. Our engineer Jason will answer them one by one afterwards. To ensure a good effect, please help check if your microphone is muted and keep your camera turned off. Please scan the QR code and click link in chat window to sign in. Now, let's welcome David to share us details.
Hello everyone, this is David from NovaStar. It is my great honor today to share with you our all-new MX series solution. We believe that it will help unleash more creativity for your LED projects. The solution consists of 3 parts. One brand new software called VMP. It's a platform that is totally different from Nova LCT. 2 core technologies, which are specially designed for the fast-growing front page display market. 3 highlights, aiming to provide ultimate capabilities for our control system. Now, let us check them one by one. First one is a new software called VMP, short for Vision Management Platform. The reason why we developed VMP is that we've received a lot of feedback from our customers over the years about how limited and unfriendly the Nova LCT is, especially for the rental market. So we want to change, and now here comes the VMP. It truly allows users to talk to the screen and unleash more creativity. Now, let us watch a short video of VMP together. Okay, so this is a new software. Firstly, VMP is available on multiple operating systems, including Windows, Mac, and Linux. The entire user interface has been rebuilt with a much more modern and user-friendly layout, completely different from the Nova LCT. Well, here you can see the main interface. On the left is a sidebar, the device list. All connected controllers can be found here, and you can do quick group settings. On the top is a navigator, where you will find the general workflow for screen configuration. On the right is a properties bar, where all adjustable parameters are listed. Quite in the middle is a screen operation canvas. Now, let us dive into these parts one by one. I'm pretty sure that you must be familiar with such a situation. An ultra-large screen with multiple controllers cascaded, cable wiring unclear, and the project timeline is quite tight. With a traditional system, you need to configure the controllers one by one, which kind of holds you back, and it takes so long to configure the whole screen. But now, with our new solution, you can simply move around wirelessly as long as all controllers are put under the same local network. In addition, you can do group management here. This way, controllers can be managed in groups according to physical screens, so it will be a lot more efficient. Before screen configuration, we will still have some work to do. Here, step 1 is for input. We need a media source as a reference for configuration. In the past, we would have to calculate the coordinates or check the screen in the front. However, with the new software, you can get the input source on the display in real time and feed the content to screen. Also, with source preview and source switch, you can monitor the status of input sources and switch between different sources easily during your configuration. Besides, in case you don't have a proper input source on set, you can directly use the built-in templates for convenience. Or you can just store multiple test pictures to controllers as you want. Which means that even without an external source, LED screen mapping is still possible with VMP software. Okay, so step 1 down, now step 2, screen mapping. In VMP software, we have prepared the quick screen mapping for everyone. Let's check this demo video out. As you can see, here screen mapping becomes way handy than NOAA LCT. You don't have to worry when you get some mapping wrong, because here we provide you with 16 possible patterns for quick correction. You can directly correct the wiring without mapping the whole screen again. Also, you can check the cabinet info here. And special shaped screens are now no more headache for us. On NOAA LCT, you need to do math and see if the outer rectangle frame is within the loading capacity. But now, you are free to go the way you want. We've broken down the rectangle limitation. This way, the load utilization rate of each port is greatly lifted, and the loading status is directly shown below, making screen configuration more efficient. After mapping, step 3, screen correction. For example, the theme correction, which means the bright lines and the dark lines. Now we are able to locate the adjusted area on the display visually. And on the software, we can directly place the mouse on the scroll wheel icon and wheel up and down to adjust the brightness. Visualized settings also can be applied to multi-bench correction. So far, we are done with almost 80% of the screen configuration. However, for many applications, like TV studios, color adjustment is necessary. Therefore, here comes step 4, the key feature, perceptual color control on screen. Here you can find the most popular tools on the market, like color replacement, 14-channel color correction, 3D LUT, and etc. We will go deeper in a while. Finally, step 5, output management. in order to make sure the output signal is stable on the LED screen and works correctly with other devices. Some new features are here to help, like gen lock, low latency, shutter speed, frame multiplexing, bit depth, and so on. Besides, we also upgrade the maintenance and monitoring feature. Here, you can know the content on your LED screen directly in the software. You can also get end-to-end health status monitoring of your LED display in real time. Firmware upgrade can be done in benches and by the printer tool. So here is a summary for the new software VMP. It is designed for multiple operating systems. With friendly user interface, many helpful features are available, such as group settings, source preview, theme correction, perceptual color control, and output management. In addition to the new software, we are also launching two core technologies, dynamic booster and full grayscale calibration. The first one is dynamic booster. For better understanding, here are two real shots for comparison. The left one is normal effect. The right one with dynamic booster engaged. And as you can see, the right one shows higher contrast and sharper details. With dynamic booster, the brightness and details can be adjusted to the ideal level. This way, even HDR source can present HDR-like effect. All of these changes are realized through our dynamic algorithm, which is based on image analysis frame by frame. So there is no overexposure in highlights, no loss of details in shadows. In addition to that, it can also help reduce the power consumption of LED displays by roughly 20%. We did a test with some commonly used materials such as pure white, PowerPoint files, grayscale gradients, printer test page, and etc. And finally came to this result. Also, we tested with some video tabs that are frequently played, such as PowerPoint files, documentary films, sports, and news reports. The result is the same. The power consumption of LED display can also be reduced by around 20%. This means a lot, because once the power consumption is lowered, the temperature goes down, and the color difference is reduced. And theoretically, the lifespan of LED walls can be extended overall. The second core tag is full grayscale calibration. This is the sales amount of mini and micro LED over the past few years, and we can clearly tell that this market will continue to expand in the future. But along with mini LED and micro LED, some new issues have occurred, which we've rarely paid attention to before. For example, the color blocks and inconsistent uniformity. All these are big headache. Full grayscale calibration is born to solve these issues. Firstly, let us know what leads to such issues. With pixel pitch going all the way down, the powering current for each LED chip must be lowered in order to maintain a constant luminous flux per unit area of the display. But as the powering current gets smaller, the nonlinearity of the LED chip also becomes more obvious, which has a huge influence on the display uniformity. And this cannot be solved by one-layer calibration. So Noah Star develops the full grayscale calibration. Here is a comparison. The left side with the traditional calibration, right side with the new calibration technology. As you can see, the right one performs way better in low grayscale than the left one. Also, the calibration coefficients are generated per grayscale. To sum up, the two core technologies can help us improve image quality, lower overall power consumption, help extend the lifespan of LED displays in the long run, and solve inaccurate grayscale and color issues. In addition to one software and two core technologies, today we are also excited to introduce to you three highlights. They are flexible color adjustment, scenario preset, and frame processing. This means a lot for us. In the past, when it comes to LED displays, people focused more on the human eye watching experience. But in recent years, camera shootings are really on the trend, and this has proposed much higher requirements for LED wall and control solution. Color management is one of the key factors that affects the production performances. So let us look at the color processing first. For applications like corporate events, broadcasting, and film production, flexible color adjustment is a cornerstone to ensure a perfect color match anytime you need it. On the new system, you will be able to adjust the input and output color separately. For input, you can adjust the black level, hue, saturation, contrast, and also RGB highlights and shadows. For output, the 14-channel color correction helps you to guarantee the color accuracy of your video source. You can adjust the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors in video without affecting any other colors. For some professional users, we also provide advanced color correction tools, curve toning, and 3D LUT, which make the color management more efficient. This is an example of curve toning. You can use it to quickly get a different style. And with 3D LUT, colors can be mapped more accurately in the three-dimensional color space. You can personalize the color of your LED screen by importing 3D LUT file. The next highlight is our scenario presets. Up to now, we have done many XR projects, like film production and TV shows. We have found that many customers are having a hard time with it. For a large screen, source management with multiple controllers in Noah LCD is very complicated. So now we combine group idea into source management. Users can switch the source and make adjustments of the whole display all at once. As well, all parameters of input sources can be saved into presets, including EDID, color adjustments, as well as HDR settings. With our new solution, we can achieve HDR 10-bit 444, and the PQ mode is also supported. More importantly, when it comes to different jobs, users can do all preparation work in advance and save them all into presets for quick review, including source adjustment, color processing, output parameters, etc. It is very convenient to operate and control on the spot. This is our scenario preset design. The third highlight is frame processing. For camera production, besides the color and source management, another headache is the black field and sky lines. When the camera shutter and content do not match, there are three possible reasons: inconsistent start time, inconsistent frequency, or inconsistent duration. In order to solve these issues, we develop two functions: Ginlock, phase offset, and shutter fade. Shutter fade function is supported by custom firmware for specific driver IC. This way, the black field and the sky lines can be done. In addition, we also received many requests from customers about saving cost and time, especially in XR projects. Therefore, we developed a new function, frame multiplexing, which allows users to reframe multiple video feeds in the same time field. Together with the camera's Ginlock phase offset, you can shoot once and get multiple effects synchronized, which improves work efficiency and greatly saves cost. Here is a complete solution for virtual production. For source, you can get HDR 10-bit 444 and PQ mode. Shutter fade and Ginlock phase offset are designed to better work with cameras. With frame multiplexing, you can save time and cost in film production. On the screen side, flexible color adjustment can ensure a perfect color match. All of these are supported by the new software VMP. Last but not least, the new system also provides two core technologies: dynamic booster and full grayscale calibration, providing the HDR-like effect and lowering power consumption at the same time. By now, you may wonder what the whole system structure looks like. Let's check them all together. For software, we've got VMP. And for controller, we've got MX40 Pro. For inputs, it has 3 HDMI 2.0, one 12G SDI, and one DP 1.2. For outputs, it has 20 Ethernet ports and 14 gigabit optical fiber. For receiving cards, we've got A10S Pro. Here is a summary for key features provided by the new solution: ultimate control, flexible color management, and high image quality. That's all for today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, David, for the detailed presentation. Guess you must have a general understanding about the new IMAX control solution now. Also, we have collected some questions. Now let's move on to the Q&A session. Let's welcome Jason.
Hello, everyone. This is Jason as a technical engineer from Novastar. I saw some older friends in the participants, and also we collect some questions. Now let's check the questions one by one.
Sorry, hang on.
Actually, I just saw one question in the chat room. Maybe you highly focused on David's presentation and forgot about the questions. So if you have some other questions, and you can write in the chat room now. Okay, let's check the question. For the first question, what process will VMP work with? Actually, so far, for the VMP software, it can only work with the new controller MX40 Pro. And later, we have a plan for some new controllers such as CX series, and it can also work with the VMP software. Let's check the chat room. Another question. What's the difference between the new software VMP and LCT? That's really a good question. Actually, for the new software VMP, it's the new designed software based on the new platform. And